They will give you always the best rate.
They connect to Binance, HitBTC, LMAX, and Kraken.
What I like about Swissborg is that they have an amazing app.
Ah, wow, yo, yippee, yay, guys. Pile number 10. Super excited to be with you guys today. We are going to dive into the news of the week, then talk about big announcements on Swissborg Network, and always enjoy what the lovely community is building on a daily basis. As you guys know, my name is Cyrus Fizel. I'm the proud founder and CEO of Swissborg, always here to serve you. So many news of the week, obviously. Biden signed his executive order to develop and use crypto. This is really a good framework. It's the first time that actually the administration that always being divided is trying to have a real stance on crypto, how to not only regulate it, but how to put it into effect in a better way. And I think so this is something that is really, really good on a macro perspective, is how the Biden administration is really going to bring crypto and scale crypto in the most diligent and the best way possible. With that same macro political views, which is really interesting to see, is as well that Yoon, the new South Korean president, has just been elected, is really into crypto. He says that he really wants to bring more and more unicorns into Seoul, into Korea in general. He has just visited the labs of Icon, which went like up over 50% surge just from his visits. And he's trying to really see how crypto could be something really, really good. Both of these presidents are looking on how CBDC as well could be played. So it'll be really interesting to see how, these new central bank digital currencies are going to be like a digital dollar and a digital won as well. So that's going to be really, really, really cool to see. On another macro perspective, obviously Russia now has lost a lot on this ruble, and now Bitcoin is actually overtakes it. I think that's very interesting. On the industrial level, and on which is very interesting to see, is that Intel Design is really, really working on these massive chips that could be more than powerful than the current ones. This is really to specialize to be the chips of tomorrow that will be processing blockchain transaction on NFTs and on Metaverse, because they know that a lot of velocity is going to happening there. So this is going to be very interesting to see how on industrial manufacturer level, how these chips are going to improve essentially the scalability, right? Always we talk about scalability from software, but this time it's on hardware. So this is definitely exciting, and let's see how it happens. Market itself, we're starting to see a slight little uncorrelation in the last few days between BTC price action and the Dow Jones that's losing some momentum. So it's still quite positively correlated, but it's a little bit less. The main supports right now is for Bitcoin is 38,000 and 36,000. The main resistance is 42K. For the time being, obviously, it's going to be a hard play. It's going to be potentially some volatile moments. But we are seeing on the good side some social players that are profiting from this to get in. I think so a good thing is that if you're not yielding in your favorite currency such as USDC or essentially in your EURT, there's as well Paxos Gold. This is definitely something that I think so to look at, because usually in these uncertain times we've really seen that recently, right? That gold has been a really nice catalyst that went from the 1700 actually to up to 2000, which is actually very, very high for gold. And whereas Bitcoin should be doing that, it looks like gold is still the best refuge type of investment, such as maybe potentially the Swiss franc as well. We've seen that recently. There's a big surge as well in Luna. Obviously, Luna and Terra as being great solid projects as well that we're looking at very, very carefully. And these are projects that, have been doing extremely well, even despite, the market conditions are really poor. So what is happening with the Protect and Burn? Why has not been activated recently? CHSB versus the lovely Ethereum. We're still a little bit outperforming Ethereum as we speak. A lot of people have recently asked is when is the Protect and Burn happening? When is the Protect and Burn is happening? On the short run, if we do the Protect and Burn, this probably will have an effect, but will it really have on a long-term effect? And I think so this is the question we always should ask, is that it hurts when things are bleeding, but do you need right away to fix something or wait for it, do massive surgery, and then like take it to the sky. And I think so this is why we're trying to really focus on doing this big intervention that will have a very big repercussion on the Swissborg network, and that's why we're preparing it. I know, what's your thoughts about that? A lot of people on Twitter are really want to see some protecting here, but I strongly believe, as I always says, is that we have multiple different seasons in the world, and the same as well in crypto. And when it's winter, well, I think so, you know, it's just good to enjoy the cold, even if it hurts a bit. But then we always know that springs comes in, and usually summer comes after that. Big announcement of the weeks, the Protect and Choose. You have been many people on Twitter and on Discord, and have even as well employees. A lot of people are saying, but why should we burn the token? Why we should not be able to protect it? So still doing the buyback, where, you know, a big portion of our revenues go to buy back the CHSB. But then maybe what we're thinking is that every quarter token holders could vote on what we're doing with the proceeds, right? And I think this could be extremely interesting. Another governance power given to you, a new way to get to understand what's the best thing for the course of action of Swissborg token and Swissborg ecosystem. So should we burn it? For example, that could be the yes or no. If it's no, what should we do with the tokens, right? What do you like to do? Should we give it to the users? Should we give it to Genesis Premium? Should we give it to the entire community? Should we put it back into the yield pot? Should we give it to charity? I think so. These are a lot of different questions that I would love you guys to answer, and think about other questions, right, that are going for this. And I think so, again, this could really show again how we grow as a governance model, how we at Swissborg are always trying to figure out how to do things in a better way. So it's your guys' time to choose. So please shine and shoot out your comments here in the section, and let's try to think out the best way how to really protect obviously CHSB, but then make a great choice of how we could distribute different tokens. Big news here. Happy birthday to our app. And I think so, you know, this is how much we've grown. Congratulations for you guys for making this. 603,000 users, 1.2 billion assets, 10 billion last year in exchange, you know, 21 new tokens added, 7 new smart yield wallets, both community and Generation Premium has been launched. I mean, there's been so much, you know, great ways of building essentially the Swissborg app, and I'm so proud of it. From the easy onboarding that takes just minutes, to deposit into your local IBAN in GBP or in Euro, that instantly done within seconds, then to get to use a smart engine, but as well discovering all the great articles, videos, and utilities of the different tokens. The new dashboard enables you to filter them based on what's the theme you're playing, if it's metaverse, if it's earn tokens, if it's DeFi, infrastructure layers, you know, then to look into if it's a good time to invest with the Cyber Predictor or the Swissborg Indicator, look what the community sentiment is, then ask your exchange and make that any of the tokens you have, or crypto or fiat, be able to exchange it with best execution, find the best route. And then in 2 or 3 different buttons, you tap onto that token and potentially you yield with it in the best risk return way. And I think so we've done so much in how you could look at your portfolio in the best way, look if you're performing well, look at the whole exchange that happened in your wallet within seconds. There's so much that has been done, and really congratulations for the last 2 years. I'm pretty sure I missed a lot of different things, but yeah, I mean, the whole experience has been built in a very user-friendly way, a really beautiful, secure way, and for that we are Swissborg. FOMO FUD of the week, Julianas, and there was a Princess Lorax saying that, long story short, the code is quite doesn't make sense about the Swissborg shop, about people having community or generation or Genesis. Everyone could, you know, figure out that if you go on the Swissborg shop, it's very easy to get a discount. It's true. I don't think that it's so important though. This is just a Swissborg shop. You know, it's a non-profit shop. You know, we make all the proceeds to make sure that you get these cool hoodies and these cool, you know, hats that are over there, or, you know, these cool really backgrounds, tokens that you can stick anywhere. And you can't get this though. This is really but I think so, yeah, overall the idea was just to say that, you know, it doesn't matter if you get a code, a discount that is a little bit better. We just wanted to make this, you know, just nicer for you guys. I don't think so. The mean is good. Maybe it was not done in a very good way, but things happen. So that's pretty much it. Bounty of the week. We're still looking for the head of people in Lausanne. So if you know a wonderful lady, please introduce us to her, or please apply to this position. There's an influencer marketing specialist. There's Kryptonite TV Ventures video. There's a lot of new cool people that we want to hire. So if you want to be part of it, or refer one of your best friends or people that you know within your network, please do though. We will give you up to $3,000 worth of Swissborg tokens. Extra one if it's a wonderful lady. Shout outs to Pierre. Pierre has been really one of the community member that I actually interact a few times with him on Discord, but as well on Facebook. He's been pushing us since I think so. I remember since December 2020, maybe it was before, but I remember seeing him a lot on Facebook, and he's been doing a lot with the French community. He's doing NFT drops, and really, I really thank you, Pierre. You're really an awesome guy, and I hope we have many more Pierres that will join the community and will be as yeah, open-minded and a person that really cares about Swissborg, like all of you guys watching this video today. Okay, IMX. This is a really interesting case because you guys voted for it. And to be honest, I didn't really know so much about it. I think that the IMX is definitely the potential new engine. There's a lot of different reasons. I believe that IMX is probably going to be one of these projects that's going to work extremely well. And let's dive to it right now. So what is Immutulus? It's a layer 2 scaling solutions that is really designed for NFTs, right? It's really is the great smart ways that they brought out. Not only is it just another L2, is that they're actually using the technology of Stackware. And Stackware is most probably one of the most interesting layer 2. It's the one that we have different decentralized exchanges working on it right now. And it's really a very scalable, highly scalable solution for this. And you know, they already have Gods Unchained on their platform, which is it's one of the most played games into the play to earn world, which is really good. Another good thing about IMX is that there's massive backers, right? So they already have a lot of active backers, as I was saying, right? And here you can see that, look, there's Naspers, Galaxy Digital, Coinbase, and there's other ones. And I think so this has been really proven the case that, you know, I think so this is really a great way, great technology, great community. In terms of their token itself, it's used in a smart way. So there's been a small different ICO that has done, but most of their tokens, if we could see here, is that it's for the ecosystem development. A lot of user rewards, developer grants. So they really want to bring a strong community to develop a lot of different NFTs on it, which is really good. I strongly believe that as well. There's cool ways to earn these actually IMX. If you trade their NFTs, you get it. If you earn these points, essentially trade NFTs, you earn some points. And if you earn some points, you receive some IMX rewards. There's staking possibility as well. So 20% of essentially the protocol fees, transaction fees, sorry, goes to essentially people that are staking. So it creates this very virtuous cycle. Whereas that, you know, each time there's a transaction that is done, you get some transaction fees, and those transaction fees actually go to the staking pools. So that's a really good. There's obviously governance rights where people could vote on how, you know, the ecosystem is developing itself. So it has a strong DAO for that. And yeah, it has, you know, a great ecosystem that is there. And, you know, these are the different games, obviously, that are being built. We're going to see more and more. Gods Unchained is probably the most biggest one, but they're talking about OpenSea integration as well for the layer 2. So this is going to be very interesting. And in terms of marketplace, you know, as I mentioned, there's a lot of different games, and here you could buy different cards if you guys want. but you could buy as well any kind of NFTs. So this is a very interesting case as Enjin. We pushed Enjin a lot because we believe it's a great one. This might be a new Enjin where we're seeing already great community that are building on top of their Immutable X, which is on Stackware chain. In terms of yield wallets, things are pretty much stable. We're across. There's a little bit less than USDC, which I certainly don't really understand. Obviously, maybe the 7-8% for some is not high enough. But overall, it's 700 million. In terms of Swissborg token, the token itself had a little bit less momentum in the last 7 days. Instead of like the 400-500 we get, now we're more at 206 new premiums. But it's still good though, which brings us to 31,000 premiums total. Mostly CHSB stake. This is pretty much stable as we see. 8% drop from the token. Still a strong protect and burn, or protect and choose, by the way, pool, which is very interesting. 3 million, a little bit shy of 130,000 Swissborg token holders within the app, which brings us to the community in the DEX. It is 6.5. Pretty much good. Essentially the activity, we're having a little bit less of people download the app right now. In general, crypto is right now not the highest theme for different reasons, though we're still having some growth, obviously, and obviously a lot of support from social media from you guys and our lovely community members in general. Lovely community members, thank you so much for the support and for all the love and what you guys are putting. I really would say one thing to you guys today, if I may ask. I think so. This is very important times for us. It's the time where, you're into this battlefields, you're into this, you're into this competition where, things are being a little bit floating in the air, and we're in decisive times, right? Where we're not too sure what's happening geopolitically. We don't know what's economically happening. But there's one thing that you should realize. Inflation is just massive. We're talking about low single digits to double digits potential in the next 6 months. Double digits means that you would be losing 10% of your wealth every year. That is insane. So, and probably salaries are not going to be increased, right? So you really have to think what to see in the future. What's the big play? How is crypto going to be affecting wealth of everyone around the world? That's why you're seeing crazy things happening with NFTs. Is the value of money is losing on a daily basis. If you're convinced that crypto is the right way, well, I think it's your job to actually spread this world. Spread the word to all your friends, but just to random people, and explain them that we are heading potentially in a hyperinflation model. Hyperinflation models in most economies, such as Iran, such as Argentina, such as all of these emerging markets or in Africa, never went very well. And the only thing that is less correlated to this, or at least have an inflation hedge, is crypto. So with that being said, guys, always be wealthy, be healthy, and love our CHSB. Take care, guys. Bye.